Do you have a pen? I'll put it on the web afterwards so that you can go to it and do it later. I can give you that web. It's the same one that they've been at in previous semesters, if you know where that's at. There you go. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't know. He's like a little bit outside the wall about 8:30. I don't know if he's gonna come here because mom is going to the graduation. Small. It's not even small. It's like 9 miles. So he's out there and he's starting like he's driving. He's just a night to stop. I think he's gonna stop and go. So I've seen as busy as I got, I did not see one time in the same town. Up there.
Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 157th commencement of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. As we convene this commencement, I would ask you to continue rising while we present the colors by the ROTC Color Guard. Color Guard, please present the colors. Please be seated. This morning we are gathered today to recognize those who are about to join the proud alumni of this university. We will award diplomas to graduates of our associate, baccalaureate, and master's programs. I would ask everyone to remember the School of Mines students and alumni, and all Americans who are deployed in Iraq, Afghanistan, and other parts of the world. We are pleased to have 13 veterans graduating today. Many of these students were deployed during their collegiate tenure and have returned to complete their degrees. I wonder if they would stand and be recognized, so we may thank them. This morning we might take a moment and pause. One of our students, Sean Herod, is in the hospital seriously ill, the victim of an automobile accident. Why don't we pause and extend our thoughts and prayers to Sean and his family for a speedy and full recovery. Thank you. Also this morning, members of the graduating class of 1958 have joined us for a celebration of lifetimes of service that have brought great credit to themselves and the university. You can find out more about each of these featured guests in our program. Ladies and gentlemen of the class, your years with us have been all too short. We have provided you with what we believe to be the best technical skills, along with values, sets of responsibilities and opportunities, allowing you to fulfill the role of a college graduate. Please remember, college graduates are still the minority in this country. To those, much is given, much is expected. We hope to learn of your successes as you leave this institution, but we know you will keep in touch with us. We offer us this morning our congratulations, our best wishes for a job well done. Congratulations, graduating class. While they don't appear on stage, we are also joined today by the families and friends of our graduates. These graduates would not be here today if you haven't supported them emotionally, spiritually, and of course financially during their collegiate careers. Your commitment to helping these students succeed is well known and much appreciated. Thank you for all you've done to make their graduation possible. I would ask the members of the graduating class to appropriately thank your family and friends. It's now my pleasure to introduce the first of two representatives of the senior class, Mr. Wes Stanza. Mr. Stanza from Webster, South Dakota, is a candidate for the bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. While attending the School of Mines, Wes has participated in multiple activities, including the Society of Automotive Engineers, Formula SAE, Center for the Advanced Manufacturing and Production, Conley Hall Resident Assistant, the MA Student Advisory Board, Student Ambassador, Student Orientation Leader, Phi Eta Sigma Honor Society, and Tau Beta Phi Honor Society. He has served as treasurer for the Society of Automotive Engineers and has held multiple leadership roles with the Formula SAE, including sponsor coordinator, project manager, and engineering lead that won 6th place for the 07 team. He's been honored as an outstanding student organization member and was inducted into the Student Leadership Hall of Fame for his work as a team member of Formula SAE and monitoring within camp. Upon graduation, he will begin his career with Texas Utilities in Watertown, South Dakota, as a design engineer. Please welcome Mr. Henson.
I'd like to welcome the faculty and staff, as well as all the proud family and friends of the graduating class of this, the 157th commencement of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. I have many people I must thank, for myself as well as on the behalf of the graduating class, starting with all of our parents. Without your support and guidance early in our lives, we would not be sitting in this arena today. As in my own case, I'd like to thank all of the families in attendance who currently farm or ranch, as with my own parents. It is always a challenge to take time away from the farm and make arrangements to have the work done, because we know the dairy cows still need to be milked. Needless to say, I had to play an enormous guilt trip on my dad by having all my relatives threaten him, including his in-laws, but my plan worked and he is here, and I'm sure the cows are just fine. Additionally, I'd like to thank the professors, faculty, and staff for all of your work and dedication to our learning experience. You're the reason for Mines having an outstanding reputation, and as we all know, there is truth in what we heard as incoming freshmen about the open door policy by the professors and your willingness to help with our education. Well, I know everyone is anxious to get to handing out diplomas, but I'm going to take at least the next 20 minutes of your life for the core of my speech. I hope you guys are ready. Okay, maybe we'll turn it into a full 50-minute lecture hour as we learn from our professors, just for old time's sake. We won't, but that's okay. I've titled my address, Spokes in the Wheel of Life, and I even have a visual aid with me today. So, this is Spokes in the Wheel. Once in my youth, my Uncle Tim was helping me fix my bicycle. I had somehow managed to break a spoke in the wheel and was worried if the wheel would continue to work. This obviously was early signs of my desire to be an engineer. It is worthy to note that this was a free bicycle of no value whatsoever. Uncle Tim made a comment to me that pertained directly to the bicycle, but I continue to find directly relates to life. And what he said that day was, there are many spokes in a wheel, and if only one is broken, the rest will make up for the loss, and it will work just fine. I've always thought about this saying and how our life is the wheel, and the events that happen are the spokes on that wheel. During life, spokes are added, others strengthened, while spokes are lost. Our education has added to and strengthened many spokes within this wheel. We've learned of hard work and dedication within our school curriculum, the importance of our respective majors, and the ethics which will always govern our work. And we have built upon relationships with family and friends who have been so amazingly supportive. These events have all helped to build the spokes in this wheel. We've all had projects that have challenged us or exams that we felt would be impossible, yet we've overcame these challenges and sit here today on our graduation. Although the world is not perfect, spokes do break. We have all had struggles, which makes this day even more special. Students may deal with sickness within their family or financial struggles trying to pay for school. These challenges make us stronger people and make us learn to appreciate every day. On a personal note, my older brother passed away in the spring of 2005 during my sophomore year. On that day, and for many days thereafter, spokes were broken and the life of my family and myself were forever changed. Yet the thing that I find so amazing is how the wheel of life continues to turn, as my uncle said. All these skills that we've learned within the classroom, and we've learned many valuable lessons outside the classroom as well. These we will carry with us throughout our careers because they define who we are and are the spokes of our wheel. I've also been told by a good friend that you will never regret the time that you spend in your education. I'm fairly sure all of the graduates here in this arena are in agreement with this thought and are very proud of the time they have spent in order to receive this degree. But I do know for sure you're all hoping I'm almost done. On a final note, every graduate in the arena has a proud moment of the work they have done while at school. I ask all the family and friends to ask the graduate what they're most proud of, and I have the fortunate opportunity to share the pride of my mind's experience with everyone today, which would be the work we have accomplished with the Formula SA projects and the friendships that have been made along the way. I know we will all remember how much we've learned, as well as all the fun we had, and my thanks goes to all of you. We have all added very useful spokes in our wheel during our time in college, and that culminates with our commencement today. Thank you all for your attendance, and I'm honored to represent my colleagues and friends during this important event in our lives. Thank you.
I'm pleased to introduce the second representative of the senior class, Mr. Faraz Curry. Mr. Curry, originally from Nazareth, Israel, is a candidate for the Bachelor of Science degree in Electrical Engineering. While attending the School of Mines, he has been involved in the International Student Ministry, Eta Kappa Nu Association, Tau Beta Phi Honorary Society. He has received several honors and awards during his time, including Outstanding Electrical Engineering Senior in 2008, Tau Beta Pi Scholarship, Robert and Connie Ferris Scholarship, Morris L. Cleland Scholarship, and the Peter Stephan Scholarship, and is placed on the Dean's List. Mr. Curry is accepted into the Navy's Nuclear Propulsion Officer Program. He will be heading to Newport, Rhode Island for a Navy Officers Candidate School, and marry Nicole Farver in November, and then they will travel to Charleston, South Carolina for Nuclear Power School. Please welcome Mr. Curry.
Good morning and welcome graduates, honored guests, families, friends, alumni, and faculty. Today, I'm honored to be standing here and would like to share with you some of my personal experiences as a non-traditional student. My journey started on December 17, 1999, when I immigrated from Israel. Upon my arrival to New Jersey, where my uncle lives, I immediately started looking for a job so I can pay for my education. One day, my uncle, Frank Curry, who is by the way here today, saw a newspaper ad about the Air Force and its benefits. I did not think twice about it, so I applied, was accepted, and in August of 2000, I received orders for Ellsworth Air Force Base. Nearly 4 years later, my family of 2 brothers, 2 sisters, mother and father immigrated too. They came to South Dakota, where I was living, serving, and pursuing my education. They came with nearly no English fluency. Immigrating from my family was a bit hard, but my parents made the sacrifice in order to provide more opportunities for their sons and daughters. My family has been a special addition to Rapid City, where they have added more diversity and culture. In 2005, they have rejuvenated a Mediterranean restaurant, a business that has been coming and going several times during the last 2 decades. My youngest sister, Rudy, is just as persistent as the rest of the family. In her first day of school, she said the word "what" near 1,000 times. Now, she's the most fluent out of the family. She definitely made the new life more fun. Serving in the military and going to school was not easy by all means, but not impossible. I worked the night shift at the Air Force Base. In the morning, I went to school, and in the afternoon, I worked at the family's restaurant, averaging 2 to 4 hours of sleep per day. My life was not fun. You wouldn't want to be me. During the time I was desperate for sleep, I got an email from Dr. Samuelson about a Navy opportunity where they pay you to go to school, then you'll pay them back time by working for them. Since I was already serving, working, and going to school, I again did not think twice about it. I went to the presentation, applied for the program, and was accepted. So for the last 2 years, I've been going to School of Mines as a full-time student. I do sleep at night, and I just love the learning experience. My story is just one of many graduates that had it the hard way. Each graduate has walked a different path, but we are all at the same place today. Each path is unique in its own and will play a huge part in your futures. My path was long and hard, as I still remember the day I was heading to the United States. I was scared of the unknown, like taking a road you do not know where it goes. Life can be full of irony. The Air Force brought me to South Dakota, and now the Navy's taken me away. My family had a hard time finding jobs. Now they're an employer throughout hard work. I tell you today, my friends, never lose sight of your goal. As Henry Ford stated, obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal. So adapt to life's changes, but never give up on your dreams. Our mission does not stop at receiving a degree or a certificate. Our mission's success is conditional upon making the world a better place to live in. As Nelson Mandela noted, that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. The scale is clear. You can change a person, a community, or you can even change the whole world. No matter what you do, remember that you are a hard rocker. Remember where you came from. Remember who made you the way you are. Remember your families, friends, alumni, and faculty who supported you when you needed support. Dear friends, today marks the end of a chapter and the beginning of a new one. Today we cultivate what we have planted in the last 4 years or more. Today we seal a stage of preparation for the challenges ahead. So be proud of yourselves. In a few minutes you will earn the most powerful tool there is, a college degree. Mothers and fathers, be proud of your sons and daughters. Many say, behind every man there is a great woman. However, we engineers and scientists here at the School of Mines like symmetry. Therefore, we have to add another saying. Behind every woman there is a great man. I would like to take this a step further and say behind every graduate, great parents. So for tomorrow, I wish all mothers a happy Mother's Day, and most importantly, today, I congratulate the Hard Rocker class of 2008 and wish all of you the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm delighted to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Thomas O. Hunter. Dr. Hunter currently serves as president of Sandia Corporation, a Lockheed Martin company, and director of Sandia National Laboratory. Sandia Corporation manages the the Sandia National Laboratory, with principal sites in Albuquerque, Livermore, California, and for the Department of Energy, and for the National Nuclear Security Administration. Dr. Hunter has joined Sandia in 1967, became its president in April '05. His responsibilities include managing the laboratory's $2.2 billion annual budget and approximately 8,400 employees. Dr. Hunter is a member of a number of professional and educational boards and has served as a guest lecturer at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology on nuclear waste management and is an adjunct professor at the University of New Mexico. He is the author of numerous technical papers and presentations and is the recipient of the 2007 New Mexico State Distinguished Public Service Award. Dr. Hunter earned his bachelor's degree from the University of Florida, master's degree from the University of New Mexico, and the University of Wisconsin, his doctorate. He has been recognized as a distinguished alumnus by both the University of Florida and the University of Wisconsin. It is my great pleasure to welcome Dr. Hunter.
Thank you, Dr. Ruth. It's a pleasure to be here today. It's a real honor to acknowledge you, the graduates of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, to acknowledge the faculty for their hard work, to all of you parents. It's a great day. I've looked forward to this ceremony for a long time. It's an opportunity I welcome to participate in, and one that meant a lot to me personally. It's largely because I think there's something very special about the heartland of this country and about the people who get the opportunity to experience it. It's been a great privilege to see your community. It's been a great privilege to meet so many people in the last day or so and to witness this ceremony. I'm very much aware that several Hard Rockers, as they're known, alums work at my institution. They're very fine graduates, very fine employees. And I got an opportunity to be more familiar with this university, and I was very pleased by what I was able to learn. Strong programs in engineering and science, dedicated faculty, excellent laboratories, and lots of opportunity for hands-on experience. I did notice lots of accomplishments, including one in which the local Society of Automotive Engineers chapter placed second in the zero-emission snowmobile contest. I was the president of the SAE chapter of Florida, and I don't recall that we had a snowmobile competition, and it's a great achievement. The quality, of course, of a university is measured much by its graduates and evidenced by the people you see today. A lot of hard work. Like you ought to be very proud of what you've done. Your graduates of an institution that I've come to learn shares the values and the principles that made this country great. And as you go forward in life, recall, if nothing else, those principles and those values, and particularly, one which I think you've witnessed is that the worth and respect that every person, every individual deserves. I have a personal passion for the future of science and technology in this country. It's been clear to me that our nation's prosperity will depend largely on our commitment to education, on the importance that we place on an educated workforce, and the role that science and technology will play. In large part because the science and technology bring a lot in terms of solutions, but they bring two things that are really important. They bring objectivity and they bring truth, and they bring into every argument a way forward. Your now alma mater, with this emphasis on student success, is clearly a model for how the nation should move forward in education. I'll focus my brief comments today, on what I derive from your school's mission statement, which, if you read it, it says to provide a well-rounded education that supports and prepares students for leadership in science and engineering. And I will focus much of my comments on leadership. I think, like no other calling, the calling of scientists and engineers is to one of leadership. And I've no doubt that this school has given you the foundation for that opportunity. It's been my view that leadership is the one characteristic that will determine the measure of a life well lived and will provide the opportunity to impact well beyond one's own well-being. You've studied hard, your professors have mentored you, your parents have encouraged you, you're ready. But to lead, you must also be willing. You see, leadership is not something that's granted. It's a result of a personal commitment. It's a personal commitment to make a real difference. People who become leaders are usually motivated by a vision that drives them somewhere and allows others to reach that similar vision. You may have established a bit of a vision for yourself. You may have established something that your life will stand for. But if you haven't given it a lot of thought, think about the exciting opportunities. Perhaps in your professional life, you could help reduce the nation's reliance on carbon fuels. Today, all of us humans consume about 90 million barrels of liquid fuel a day. Or perhaps you could help upgrade our civil infrastructure in this country. It's been reported that we need to invest about $200 billion annually in just upgrading our transportation system alone. Or maybe you could help secure the cyber world from fraud and sabotage. You may not know, but each of us have about a 3% chance of having our identity stolen in any given year. Or you can make our water supplies more available to a growing population, or help protect our public places from terrorist attack. The opportunities are many. Now, what does it take to be a leader? What does it take to exercise leadership? It's probably not as hard nor as easy as you might suppose. You don't need a commanding personality. My experience is you don't need to read all the latest fads on management. I do believe, however, it begins with a simple respect and appreciation for each and every person. I've learned a lot of lessons in my life about respect for people. During my high school and college years, I was a construction worker. I spent many hot days in the Florida sun, building roads and houses, driving tractors, operating construction equipment, working with people from all different backgrounds, and I learned that what matters in is not background nor ethnicity. What does matter is your skill and your ability for teamwork and effectiveness at your job. Values, character, commitment, motivation, and hard work all make a difference in what one can become and how one leads. Building effective and trusting relationships is an essential ingredient, and leadership will require you to communicate effectively. Effective communications come from clear thinking, in my view, empathic listening, and the calmness to know how to support something when you're right, and probably more importantly, how to change when you become convinced that you're wrong. I've often heard the joke, and maybe you have as well, that it's important to be genuine, even if you have to fake it. I think that's fundamentally wrong. Know what you know, believe what you believe, care deeply, think clearly. Most of all, let what you don't know guide you to a life of learning. Avoid arrogance. It is the most obvious and true metric of incompetence. Set goals for yourself. Accept bold challenges. Former president of Princeton, Harold Shapiro, wrote, "The willingness to accept risk of failure is one of the costs of leadership and therefore the price of all success." In our own time, you might note that the biologist Craig Vintner had a vision for using computing to decode the human genome. In a few years, in fact, it was thought to take a few decades. He set a high goal. That goal forced the government to move quickly, and because of that, genomic research is now a fundamental part of all the sciences. Set your sights very high. And you'll probably discover, as I did, that while you feel much better by savoring your successes, you'll be much better by learning from your failures. Risk is an important part of a leadership experience. Risk should be understood, it should be objectively embraced, it should be balanced. And there's a wide spectrum between apathetic inaction and reckless action. Somewhere in there's a balance which you'll have to find. As a scientist and engineer in my current job, I have a number of responsibilities, but there's one singular one that I take extremely seriously. It's a matter of law, but it's also a matter of personal commitment. Each year I must sign a letter which goes directly to the President of the United States that says to the President that the nuclear deterrent is safe and reliable. In that area we take little risk, but every year we try to reduce it even further. A letter goes with my name, my signature, and I do everything I can to be sure that every statement said is a statement of truth and a statement of objectivity. You'll be able to leave, no doubt, a better world. Lots of success in your professional career and your personal lives. It'll be important for you, but most importantly, it's important for those that depend upon you. You'll be able to leave the world a better place. We really want to contribute to a future, which is, even a small way, one in which our children can find a more prosperous and secure life. Science and engineering, while extremely important, will be a part of the solution to so many of our problems. You'll be called upon to understand. You'll be called upon to evaluate, to create, and innovate. But I, for one, would never argue that science and technology can provide solutions by themselves alone. The solutions in exercising leadership will come from a broad variety of sources. Development of public policy, public awareness, deployment through our institutions and our economic system. If you're really going to exercise leadership, you'll have to go beyond your chosen profession. You'll have to reach out. You'll have to reach out to members across the community and engage in our democratic process and find ways to have an impact upon lives beyond your own. We live in a time, no doubt, when the world needs our skills more than ever. We also live in a time when our country is choosing to underinvest and to under-encourage science and engineering's future. Some of you will not choose careers in science and engineering in the long term. The education you receive will give you lots of opportunity in so many diverse ways. You'll be making decisions about choices, and there's one that I think is particularly important to all of us, which some of you may choose. Hope that some of you will be drawn to teach. Hope that some of you will be drawn to find a way to give back through the role that teaching and education and being a member of a faculty at whatever level, K through 12, at universities, wherever. This will in fact allow the most noble form of leadership, the most noble form of making a difference. You may recall that Alan Greenspan, in one of his last appearances before Congress as chairman of the Federal Reserve, sounded a warning about the state of education. He made a very simple statement. He talked about a lot of complicated things on the economy, but he said one thing very profound. He said, if we don't solve the education problem, whatever else we do isn't going to help very much. Think about it. We can invest more, we can lower interest rates, we can subsidize key industries, we can pass new laws. But if we don't fix our commitment to education in this country will be headed towards eventual mediocrity. So the leadership we played in the world is at risk for one very large reason, and that is what commitment will this nation make to its future. So the education you received in science and mathematics is especially important, especially acute to the future of this country. If you choose to teach in those areas or find a way to help educate or commit to education, you'll truly be leading. So in closing, let me just say that leadership and your choice about leadership will make a big difference in your professional life, whatever form it takes. You are leaving this institution with a marvelous set of skills. Align those skills and talents with a career that embodies your values and your hopes for the future, and you will leave the world better than you found it. You have what it takes to realize dreams, family, career, personal success, and whatever it takes to make the world a better place. But the nation needs your idealism your vision for the future. It needs your optimism and your confidence that problems can be solved. And it needs your wisdom and sound judgment every bit as much as it needs your technical skills. The nation calls on you to lead, to engage the institutions of this country and of this society, and accept the challenges of a better world. The need for that, the need for leadership, has never been more clear and present. The opportunity has never been greater. The time to choose is now. It's been my pleasure to be with you today. It's been my pleasure to see all your accomplishments. I want to congratulate you, and to the class of 2008, I salute you. Thank you.
The South Dakota School of Mines and Technology operates under the authority of the South Dakota Board of Regents. This morning we are pleased that Regent Kathy Johnson is with us to represent the board. Please join me in welcoming Regent Johnson.
Thank you, Dr. Rook. Honored guests, faculty, staff, parents, spouses, friends, and most important, graduates of the class of 2008. It is a delight for me to represent the South Dakota Board of Regents here today. Commencements are a time of celebration of the talent we have in South Dakota and the state's commitment to education. Graduates, I congratulate you on your achievements and bring you best wishes from the Regents. And today is an extra special commencement. As most of you know, Dr. Rook will be retiring June 30th after a real strong 5-year run. And on behalf of the Regents, I extend our gratitude for the service and impact that Dr. and Sally Rook have had on the School of Mines, its students, and in the community. Thanks to Dr. Rook's, Mines continues to be a real player among the nation's top technical universities. And rising up from Dr. Rook's leadership are buildings coming out of the ground, student and faculty achievement, and growing financial resources. Thank you, Dr. Rook, for all you've given to the School of Mines. And now to the graduates. I'm going to take this opportunity to say a few words about my view of the responsibilities that come with your diploma. And let me say that my remarks here are going to reinforce the message that you've just heard from Dr. Hunter about the imperative in our education system today. You will soon be entering this so-called new economy, or sometimes it's called the knowledge economy. And it's a system that's fueled less by routine production and more by ideas and innovation. And as more and more of the workplace information goes digital, and it can spin around the globe in just a blink of an eye, the workforce can also be drawn from across the globe. And the focus on education in these huge population centers like China and India is leaving the U.S. lagging. 30 years ago, 30% of the college graduates were from the United States. Now that proportion has fallen to 14%, and it continues to decline. And in general, many foreign college graduates work for less money. So how do we compete? How do we keep this value added that merits the higher salaries of U.S. workers? And let me tell you, it's all about education. As information travels around the globe, the most important part of its journey is in the last few inches. That space between the receiver's eyes or ears and the brain. That's when the questions get asked. Does the person really have the capacity to understand that information? Does he or she have the creativity to act on it? And it's up to our education system to make sure that our workforce not only has the basic knowledge and skills, but also the abilities to absorb and process and combine information to solve problems and innovate solutions. Education at all levels, kindergarten through high school and on through college, must continually refocus to ensure the delivery of these core competencies. And it will be up to you to become leaders in the efforts to support and transform education. I want each of you to become a champion of public education and make the case for its support wherever and whenever you have a chance. Remind people of education's value in keeping the U.S. competitive in the global marketplace. Get involved in the national and state debates and make sure that the education that you received is available to serve both the individual and the corporate good of the next generations. And now, by the authority vested in me by the Constitution of the State of South Dakota, I hereby delegate to President Brooke the right to confer diplomas with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Thank you, Regent Johnson. Dr. Patricia Dan, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, will present the candidate for the Associate of Arts diploma. Will those candidate please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associate Degree of Arts with all the rights, privileges, and honors, as well as obligations and responsibility thereto appertaining. Thank you.
Good morning. I shall read the names only of those degree candidates who are present here this morning. Those who were unable to attend, but whose names are listed in the commencement program, will be awarded their diplomas in absentia. We welcome and encourage your applause for each graduate, but we ask you to refrain from using air horns and other noisemakers out of respect for the graduates, their families, and our visitors. As the graduate lines up to receive her diploma, family and guests are reminded that you are invited to come to the front and take pictures as graduates shake hands with the President and march across the stage. The candidate for the degree of Associate Arts in General Studies, please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Dr. Sue Shirley, Associate of Arts Degree Advisor, and the Dean of the College of Science and Engineering, Dr. Dwayne Hernser. Jessica Light.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, honors, as well as obligations thereto appertaining. Dean Man, you may be seated.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Chemistry please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Dr. Daniel Hageland, Chair of the Department of Chemistry, and Dean Hernser. Nastasia Miriam Alavi. Melina Christine Bozetti. Robert Cole II, cum laude. David Matthew Coles, summa cum laude. Amber Faith DeWeerd, summa cum laude. Tyler Matthew Ernest, summa cum laude. Kevin Irwin Kirschevin, magna cum laude. Patrick Herman Lee. Jennifer Marie Markoff. Jeremy Michael Snell. Dallas Harold Summer. Jordan Thomas Bidell, magna cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Geology please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Mary Beth Price, Chair of the Department of Geology and Geological Engineering, and Dean Herntzer. Alan Tate. Ryan Thomas Tucker. Brittany Jean Tyler. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Sciences please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Program Coordinator Dr. Sue Shirley and Dean Herntzer. Amira Mahmoud Alaj. Christine Marie Bubak, magna cum laude. Weston Michael Cole, cum laude. Gary Dixon. Brandon James Gabrielson. Christopher Allen Gugoltz, cum laude. Terry Lynn Hertz. Stacy May Hook. Brent Mormon. Michael Raphael Muley. Mike is a member of the ROTC Mount Rushmore Battalion. He was commissioned last night as a quartermaster officer. His first active duty assignment will be in Korea. Congratulations, Lieutenant Muley, and thank you for serving our country. Rebecca Jo Sanchez, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Devlin. No? Sarah Jean Root. Andrew Tate. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Applied and Computational Mathematics please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Dr. Kyle Riley, Chair of the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science, and Dean Herntzer. Casey Carson. Adam Thomas Gerguski, summa cum laude. Darren Harrell. Luke Pendo, cum laude. Mariah Hall Tooley. Travis William Walker, summa cum laude. Jessica Jean Weidenbach. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Physics please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Dr. Andrei Petrikov, Chair of the Department of Physics, and Dean Hernser. Tyler Matthew Ernest, summa cum laude. Luke Michael Pendo, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Jan Pashinsky, Professor in the Department of Chemical and Biological Engineering, and the Dean of the College of Engineering, Dr. Dwayne Abada. Arlie Bishop, summa cum laude. Patrick John Buick. Matthew Alden Fredrickson. Sabine Frutiger, summa cum laude. Fanariat Sefa, summa cum laude. Nicholas Stellick. Henry Tanner. Rose Luann Tipman. Travis William Walker, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Henry Mott, Chair of the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, and Dean Abada. Kevin Baker, magna cum laude. Alexis Jolene Brown, cum laude. Luke David Carlson, cum laude. Daniel Rizzo Psychos. Beth Comas. Michael Jordan Lee, Distinctor, magna cum laude. Jared John Fries. Bradley Michael Green. Donald Denise Iverson, magna cum laude. Jason Paul Lambert. Diane Nicole Lorge, summa cum laude. Leah Marie Neal, cum laude. Michael Anthony Schmidt. Bo Ryan Seacrest. Trevor Allen Smith. Terrell Lynn Stacy, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Brian Hemmelman, Chair of the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, and Dean Abada. Christopher Austin Birch. Dustin Charles Germo. Steve Malsum. Clayton James Pajorley, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Department Chair Dr. Hemmelman and Dean Abada. John Arthur Anderson. Matthew Paul Anderson, cum laude. Daniel Austin Bay. Cole Christopher Dykert, magna cum laude. Cole? Daniel John Daish, summa cum laude. Michael James Billers. Jake Thomas Donnelly. Andrew John Fairhead. Garrett Wade Hydorn Anderson. Ferris Corey, magna cum laude. Dustin Allen Kittleson. Susan Mary Larkin. Ryan Sean McGonigal. Niall Allen Moe, cum laude. Christopher James Nordquist. Cyrus Paul Robinson. Waylon Thomas Skelton. Nathan Dwayne Stellick. Matthew Caleb Vegati. Jared Chortachik Vint. Matthew John Walker. Rick Wisser. Donald Zobrist. Will the candidate for the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Science please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Department Chair Dr. Riley and Dean Abada. Joshua Lawrence Gaffney. Aaron Joseph Geyer, cum laude. Adam Thomas Gerguski, summa cum laude. Dustin Lee Grimes. Andrew Keith Kraft, summa cum laude. Scott Allen Kranz, magna cum laude. Donald Emmett Lampert, cum laude. Matthew Lunsford. Joseph Andrew Midzak. Trevor Robson. Christopher Michael Rudolph, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Environmental Engineering please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Department Chair Dr. Henry Mott and Dean Abada. Terrence Lee Kaiser. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Geological Engineering please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Department Chair Dr. Price and Dean Abada. Joshua Paul Ferber. Bryce Daniel Fifley. James Joseph Sinovia. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Stuart Kellogg, Chair of the Department of Industrial Engineering and Dean Abada. Curtis Allen Anderson. Carl Barfus. Matthew David Dima Ranville, cum laude. Gabriel Dave Doney. Brittany Lane Douglas. Shane Adam Haig. Matthew Allen Counts. Ryan Lynn McIntosh. Bryce Adam Moeller. Ashley Lane Nissen. Lance Michael Ricola. John Varvel. Melanie Ray Vedve, summa cum laude. Corinne Mari Votero. Jason Robert Withington. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Michael Langerman, Chair of the Department of Metallurgical Engineering, Chair of the Department of Mechanical Engineering and Dean Avada. Brian Gerard Ames. Tyler John Batt. J. Michael Bestian, summa cum laude. Joel Crandall, cum laude. Dylan Thomas Ekstrom. Joseph James Farkey. Scott Christopher Ferris. Michael Ryan Fontaine, cum laude. Ryan James Hansen. Matthew Donald Hoven. Christopher James. Nathan Charles Johnson. Stephanie Lynn Johnson. Eric Leroy Capeforce. Matthew James Copel. Trevor Cole Krugman, summa cum laude. Kagan John Lewick, cum laude. James Michael Lunders, cum laude. Marcus Allen Mann. Jeremy Scott McNary. Eston Blake Miller. Arthur Morris, cum laude. John Richard Newberger. Tyler Dwayne Novotny, cum laude. Gerald Curtis Ott. Clayton James Pajorley, cum laude. Christopher Michael Sargent. Eric Dane Shrimp. Alan Wade Scott. Wesley Andrew Snaza, magna cum laude. Craig Eugene Stenslin. Carson James Sweeney, cum laude. Keith Ryan Veldkamp. Thomas Joseph Winowicki. Lance Darren Wright. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Metallurgical Engineering please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. John Keller, Chair of the Department of Materials and Metallurgical Engineering, and Dean Abada. Chandler Russell Caldwell. Robbie Hahn. Dane Hansen, magna cum laude. Mark Christopher Horton, magna cum laude. Samuel Edward Telustis. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Mining Engineering and Management please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Mr. Sashi Kanth, Director of the Department of Mining Engineering and Management, and Dean Abada. Brandon David Fredrickson, cum laude. Andrew Thomas Johnson. Stephanie Mary Hashina. Jordan Lee Hoff. That concludes the presentation of the diplomas to the graduating seniors. Our congratulations and best wishes to the class of 2008.
Will the associate and bachelor degree recipients please rise? My personal congratulations and good wishes from the entire School of Mines family. We welcome you. I now direct you to move your tassel on your mortarboard from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, the School of Mines Associate Metallurgical Class of 2008. Please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science please rise? By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degrees specified with all the rights, privileges, and honors, as well as obligations thereto appertaining, contingent upon completion of all requirements. Congratulations. You may be seated. Dr. Karen Whitehead, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, will present the candidates for advanced degrees. Dr. Whitehead.
I shall read the names only of those Master of Science degree candidates who are present this morning. Those who were unable to attend but whose names are listed in the commencement program will be awarded their diplomas in absentia. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Atmospheric Science please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Department Chair Dr. Mark Helmfeld and Dean of Graduate Education Dr. John Helsden. Joanna Teresa George. Kelly Ann Malone. Will the candidate for the degree Master of Science in Chemical Engineering please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Professor Dr. Jan Pushinsky and Dean of Graduate Education, Dr. Helston. Jaya Nagula Pali. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Civil Engineering please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Department Chair Dr. Mott and Dean of Graduate Education Dr. Helston. Kashav Raz Gewali. Venkata Satya Anitha Devi Lekala. Suraj Kumar Mainam. Lacey Marie Pomarlo. Jeremy Lawrence Sanson. Shakil Ahmed Shokat Ali. Mohan Raj Venkatesh. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Computer Science please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Department Chair Dr. Riley and Dean Helston. Parker Norton. Marius Dag Pettersson. Matthew Garrett Van Vogt. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Electrical Engineering please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Department Chair Dr. Hemmelman and Dean Helston. Mazen Alotaibi. Fawaz Ahmed Ayash. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Materials Engineering and Science please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. John Keller, Materials Engineering and Science Program Coordinator, and Dean Helston. Perry Copperstad. Geetha Lavanya Mupidi. Clark J. Overems. Hazem Shafi. Ratna Deepika Yaragala. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Department Chair Dr. Langerman and Dean Helston. Abdulaziz Saad Al-Hulayfi. Sindhura Kalagara. Deepthi Saini. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Paleontology please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Department Chair Dr. Price and Dean Helston. Matthew William Weiler. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Technology Management please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Stuart Kellogg, Technology Management Program Coordinator, and Dean Helston. Angela J. Beckwith. Philip Mark Holterman. Hakan Skillingham.
Our congratulations to our graduating class of graduate degrees. Each year is a privilege to recognize the 50-year graduates whose lifetime of outstanding achievements have established the reputation for the educational excellence that is our proud tradition. 156 graduates were honored in May of 1958. Of the 123 surviving members of the class of 58, we are privileged to have 36 of them here today. Dr. Whiting.
As your name is called, please step forward to receive your certificate from Dr. Rook and be congratulated by Alumni Association Executive Vice President and past Alumni President, Dr. Paul Gnurk. After you receive your certificate, you may return to your seat. James M. Adams, Chemical Engineering. Alva Tad Addy, Mechanical Engineering. Donald G. Allman, General Engineering. Richard O. Berg, Civil Engineering. Darrell D. Brooks, Civil Engineering. John F. Burgraff, Mechanical Engineering. Robert D. Davi, Chemical Engineering. James R. Empsch, General Engineering. James R. Erickson, Civil Engineering. George F. Garlick, Electrical Engineering. Melvin O. Glerup, Geological Engineering. James W. Joyce, Electrical Engineering. Robert E. Kelly, Civil Engineering. Roger E. Keel, General Engineering. Everett R. Sheriff, Electrical Engineering. Errol C. Matsky, Mathematics. Wesley S. Mendenhall, Civil Engineering. Harold D. Nelson, General Engineering. Eugene F. Pope, Civil Engineering. Lloyd D. Potter, Geological Engineering. R. William Rhinesmith, Mechanical Engineering. Gilbert A. Renhock, Mining Engineering. David R. Seifelt, Geological Engineering. Ernest D. Sundstrom, Mechanical Engineering. Richard A. Todd, Mechanical Engineering. Stuart E. Ulfers, Electrical Engineering. Jan Wagi, Mechanical Engineering. Wayne K. Wilcox, General Engineering.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 58. The Guy E. March Silver Medal was established in 1975 in remembrance of the exemplary service provided by Dr. Guy E. March to the students, faculty, staff, and alumni of the School of Mines and Technology. This medal is awarded annually to an alumnus who is recognized for the individual positive interactions with students, the institution, and the alumni, and one who demonstrates the service and spirit exemplified by Dr. March. This year's award is presented to Mr. Gerald L. Brown.
I'm wondering just who Guy E. March was. You may have read about him. I was fortunate enough to know him, and it is especially meaningful to me because of the admiration I had for Guy March. Guy, along with his wife Gail, were my friends. I knew Guy as a professor of mathematics. He was also our Triangle Fraternity faculty advisor, and he was director of the Alumni Association. And he devoted 59 years of his life to this institution. An incredible dedication and loyalty. He was very proud to make people lonesome to come back to visit. We hope that you kids, if you leave South Dakota, that you'll want to come back here and see the School of Mines and the Black Hills as an alumnus. I enjoyed a very personal and professional relationship with the mines throughout my business career in Rapid City. I would encourage you, graduates, stay in the loop and maintain your connection with the school through the Alumni Association. You would make Guy March very proud, and his legacy will live on. This is a very special day for me, for my wife and my son who are here, and our very good friends Ken and Nancy May. Thank you very much.
As we conclude our program, I've been asked to remind you that there's a tradition of many of you walking up M Hill. I'm also to remind you that the road is closed for vehicles and it is a tad muddy, so please plan accordingly. A special thank you to the string ensemble for our music, the members of the Commencement Committee, the staff of the University Public Relations, and the staff of the President's Office. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you one more time to congratulate the class of 2008. Please stand and remain standing as the colors are retired and remain in place until the academic procession is completed. Thank you for joining us today. Color Guard, please retire the colors.